Alrighty then, g'day guys and welcome. My name is Michael and I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer, and I have put everyone in the wrong positions on my screen. I will fix that momentarily, but for now, however, Vigag is being played by McMac. Oh, it's just the two of you. That's it. Okay, I can fix that. Oh. No, I can't. Oh god. All right, let's try it again. Oh god, what am I doing? Oh my god. Yay! Okay, there we go. Yes, we write it. I was just finishing telling the guys how professional I am, and look, there's a reason why I have Eddie work on most of my games, and yeah, well, now we know. Anyway, hi guys, my name's Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. This is my place. This is my face, and we run games here, and we play cool stuff and have a lot of fun. This is one of my Patreon games, a game where I get together with some people who support my channel, and of course want to come and hang out because they're awesome people. We play Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition in this slot, where we play the Curse of Strahd, which is, of course, a very awesome and very, very massive adventure sandbox that is released by Dungeons & Dragons, but with, a little few twists and turns here that I've added, just pretty much for the posterity of enjoying something a little bit different than just reading out from a book. It's so good to see so many familiar faces here on in chat, and we will obviously get to getting to know you guys a little bit better as the game goes on. But of course, as always, we don't like to just see people sitting and chatting in chat. We like people interacting. So if you guys are watching live right now, you can type in chat a number between 1 to 51. I will go through this deck of plot twists and draw forthwith a number from 1 to 51 that will represent the number that you would like. At which point, throughout the course of the game, they may influence or change the course of the adventure. In addition, there are also channel points, or DAG dollary dues, that you can use in order to add a bunch of really cool effects and things to the game as they go along. So yeah, that's what's it. Now, while I pull out these numbers for our audience, let's go and meet these lovely players and the characters that they are playing, starting, of course, with none other than Immersion Diversion, otherwise known as Neil, who is here with his delightful character, Vigag. Good evening, Neil.
Hello, Michael. Good morning. It is morning over here.
Hello.
Yes, I play Vigag, the barbarian wizard. Or not barbarian wizard, Goliath wizard. He's part Goliath. Anyway, he is a teacher currently looking for his students in the country of Barovia, along with his fellow friends. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Neil. And next up, of course, we have from Iron Ghost Gamer, we have Charles playing the role of the Dragonborn Argento. Hello, Charles.
Yes. How's it going? How are you doing tonight?
Doing absolutely fantastic. Tell us a little bit about Argento.
Oh, Argento, just your garden variety Dragonborn who loves chips and loves having a good time. And I think Argento is having a bit of a good journey on this game, because he started out with in mind of looking for things, but I think he's starting to find things out about himself and unravel some of the mysteries of who he is. But he's also learning to trust people that he's traveling with, because he's a bit of a rogue that way, and in a weird way, he likes to sort of be on his own and sort of fight the good fight. But he's now starting to trust those around him and care for those with him. So we'll see how it plans out.
Awesome, awesome. Next up, of course, we have the delightfully jovial and very whimsical character of Demiro, played by the equally jovial and delightful character of Tim. Hi, Tim.
Hi, Michael.
Tell us about Demiro.
Demiro, is just basically a mirror reflection of myself. I just go around flying from party to party, getting drunk, people to do my bidding. No, Demiro is he's jovial, but he can work through the serious moments when he needs to, but he doesn't take it too much to heart, except for, of course, looking after his good friends and companions, who's now picked up along the way, that seem to want to keep his company. And who wouldn't want to stay around these guys? Because we're about to fight some kind of ancient god dinosaur thing, so you can't get much more exciting than that.
We're fighting a dinosaur.
That is very true. That is very true. All right, and last but absolutely not least, playing the role of the changeling Esther is none other than McKinley. Hello, Mac. How you doing?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
I'm super well. Tell us about Esther.
So Esther is a changing cleric, and at the moment she is realizing everything is against me to get this girl out of here. There's so many things have come our way. I just want to get this girl out of danger at this point. That's basically the main thing that she's focused on right now.
All right, fantastic. And now, just before we get into the recap, I just have one more plot twist card to draw out. Then we can get started, because you guys were very, very efficient at describing your characters. There we go. Perfect. All right. And a big shout out for the gift sub from Taspriol for Jibber Jabber, who is none other than our delightful GM Jared, who is in chat. G'day, Jared. How you doing, you sneaky, sneaky man? Look at you watching my stream without saying hello. I see you. I see you. Or at least Taspriol sees you. All right, so without any further ado, let's kick off today's game, starting, of course, where we had left off. All right, upon the lake in the land of Barovia, a lake whose name I absolutely remember and I'm not referencing right now, the Zarovich Lake. Our heroes had traveled across the Barovian countryside from the village of Barovia all the way through the Tsur Falls, following the coast northwards until eventually they had come to a massive lake in search of a small girl by the name of Annabelle. Upon finding her, she was in the company of a large, bloated fisherman, a wealthy trader by the name of Bluto, who had thrown her into the lake as part of an ancient and forgotten ritual to get the blessing of the god of the lake, a large, monstrous creature who needed to be appeased in order to bring the fish back. But after killing himself, realizing that jail was quickly looming as our heroes caught him, he threw the little girl into the lake as his last act of desperation. Esther, wasting no time, dived into the water, swimming deeper and deeper down beneath the waves. And that is when the others saw the shadow of a creature moving towards them. Without a moment's hesitation, Demiro also leapt into the water and began to gain the creature's attention, moving it from their path towards himself. Right now, Vagag and Argento are upon the dinghy, floating in the center of this large lake, while both Esther, with the small child in hand who is barely breathing, and Demiro face off against this large, monstrous, ancient beast. All right, For the sake of interest, I'm going to roll everyone's initiative yet again. And we are going to start with Domiro. Domiro, you, surrounded by water, see the creature as it moves past you. It has grazed you with its razor-sharp teeth, cutting a hole in your side. You can see that blood begins to stain the water, making it difficult to see. And a stinging, gnawing, gnashing kind of pain hits your side. The creature, however, is just testing the waters. It was an exploratory bite. Are you food, it wonders? What do you taste like? Are you for me? All right. It is your turn. What would you like to do?
Sacrificing yourself.
I'd like to change the menu if I could.
I love it.
Now, am I basically up at the surface at this point, or where am I?
You're about maybe 10 foot below the surface, and for the sake of it, I am going to just write on the board here the number 10. Esther, however, you are 25 foot below the surface of the waves. There we go.
It's always hard to write with that tool.
It is very hard to write with this tool. I wish it just had a text box. All right.
Mhm.
So, Demiro.
So it would take me 20 feet of movement to surface.
That is correct.
So I'll just swim up to the surface, and now that we've jabbed this thing with a couple of our javelins, can I cast heat metal on them?
Yes, you can see that even in addition to the several javelins you've thrown at the creature, there are more, almost like dozens, many of which have been snapped off, or the wood itself has rotted with like kind of these strange like mossy algae kind of growths on them. This thing has been hunted and attacked a number of times, but each time has managed to survive. Any number of these metal protrusions would serve as a valuable target for your heat metal spell.
Okay. I'll lay down a little beat for the creature. Turn up the heat.
All right. You try to beatbox underwater and you drown.
We don't have the map, by the way, so I can't.
You don't have the what? There you go.
You can attack the dragon.
Also, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to show you the full scope of this map. This
Holy
fantastic
crap!
and amazing map comes courtesy of Neutral Party. I'm going to leave their Patreon in the chat below. Guys, if you run online games and stuff like that, absolutely, go check out Neutral Party. They are just amazing when it comes to this kind of stuff. There's a massive, and I mean massive, catalog of maps. Also, a very special welcome to the great GM himself. Hello, sir. Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. My players are about to be eaten by a dinosaur. Also, give me a number between 1 to 51.
Hooray.
You may save them. Maybe not.
You may save them, maybe. Gosh, thanks, Michael. No, just kidding.
Okay.
All right. So you're casting heat metal on one of the spears sticking out of the plesiosaur.
Yes. Oh, there we go. Damage.
Ooh.
Okay. The water begins to bubble and boil. The dinosaur. Why am I even doing that? Sorry. Force of habit. Let me try that again. There we go. I have Sirenscape. Sirenscape's amazing. I don't need to do this like freaking Police Academy style. Anyway.
Well, Michael, you're better than Sirens Gate.
Yeah, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Don't say that, though, because I like Ben.
I know.
Ben from Sirens
I'll
Gate is
hire you.
awesome. So yes, the plesiosaur roars in agony as several of the metal protrusions start to turn bright orange and hiss in the water. It shakes to try and shake them loose, but is unable to. Now, normally there is a reflex save to drop the item. These,
Save, yeah.
this will not make it. It will simply take the damage as it has no means to drop the protrusions.
Well, technically the damage happens. The con save is the creature holding it takes the damage, and you must succeed on con save or drop it if it can. If it doesn't drop it, you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until it's
Very well. Then it will suffer that as it cannot because these are spikes. So,
Unless you can knock them out somehow.
Nah. Well, no, it wouldn't be able to. These things are like super deep in. Okay.
Nice.
We now go
and
to
bonus action. Sorry, I'll
Oh,
just. I will drop a healing word onto myself.
All right. You try once
Come on,
again to speak
Jared,
underwater
do this.
and blah, blah, blah.
Just a giant dinosaur that no one's seen for centuries. You'll be fine.
We're killing history, guys. Wait, I'm a teacher. Why are we doing this?
All right. 7 points of healing as your healing energies wash over your person. And we then go to the plesiosaur. Now, the plesiosaur has no understanding of magic. It just suddenly feels pain and anguish. It does what it can to try and rub the metal protrusions out of its body. It swims against the rocks, striking it hard. The metal rods dragging along the rocky bottom of the lake here, and as it does so, it kicks up dirt and silt and sand, making the entire area murky. It is now concealing terrain in this area as the plesiosaur is thrashing about. That is all it does.
What disadvantage for us? Would that be?
Yes, disadvantage both ways. Argento, you can see the pool of like, I guess, the dirt starting to expand from out in front of the dinghy from where you are. It's a short distance away, but you're not sure how deep it is.
Yeah. Let's see what we can do here. Since I'm having a hard time judging where he is and what's going on under the water now because of all this sort of, I guess, muck that's been done up. What can we get closer to where they are? Can we sort of row towards them?
Yeah, totally.
I want to try to row closer to them so when they get to the surface, they can just easily get into the boat.
All right.
I'm trying to do.
Okay, where specifically would you like to? Oh, sorry. Actually, you know what? Make a make just a generic dexterity check.
Dex check.
Should wait till after my turn to do that, Argento, because there's a hole in the bottom of the boat. Remember?
There is. But if the Garg moves, if Argento moves, that'll cause it to start sinking.
Yeah. So if you wait until my turn, I can freeze the hole.
Oh, good point. Very good point. What should we do then? Let's see.
Well, you can hold your
Actually,
action.
get an attack on him then, I guess, is the question. Because if I can't see him, I can't really make an attack on him.
You could, I think you can hold your action.
Yeah, so if you want, you can hold your action to after the Garg.
Yeah, let's do that. Yes, be safe. Be smart. Good thinking there, Bagog.
Okay.
Something, right?
Sure. All right, Vigog, it is your turn.
So yes, then I will at the hole cast the shape water to freeze the hole closed with the water that's in.
Yeah. All right, Argento, your spear, or your javelin, should I say, is stuck in the bottom of the boat. Yeah. You look at Vigog, and Vigog looks at you, and you kind of count down 3, 2, 1, and as he pulls the tip of the point out of the bottom of the boat, it immediately starts to shoot water up in the air. And Vigog, with your magics, you hear this as a thin plug like a cork made of ice appears inside of the hole, sealing it, at least for the time being. Argento, on your turn, I imagine you would then wish to move the boat.
Now we want to move closer to them.
All right.
I'd say between the two of them on the yeah, it's close. Well, I don't want to get too close. I want to get between the two of them on the like the opposite side of where the plesiosaurus is, so directly across from it, about the same distance on the mapping. Right? If I'm making that more sense, I'm trying to say in this area here. I want to be sort of around this area.
Move Vigag for me. Oh, sorry, move Argento for me.
Yeah, be like right around here.
All right. Now, I hope you appreciate this.
Does the boat move?
That's awesome.
Is that affixed to the...
And boop.
That's the sound of betrayal.
Okay. Did that... Hold on. 1 second.
You can just move us closer to the boat.
No, 1 sec. 1, 2.
Ooh, cool.
Bam.
No way.
You'll have to reshare it now because I don't see it
There.
moving.
What's that?
We,
The boat looks pasted on there, like you just quickly redrawn it.
Quiet. Look, okay, it is a beautiful map, okay, but that dinghy is 100%. Yeah.
this is the best thing ever.
Yeah. So there you go. All right. So you've moved the dinghy into position, and that is all. We then go to Esther. Esther, you are underwater. Around one of your hands, you have the small child. It is still unconscious. You don't know how long she's been underwater, but it cannot be long. Like maybe close to a minute, which is still not good, especially for someone with small child lungs. You are currently 25 foot below the surface of the waves. Her body is getting colder by the second. What do you do?
Am I able to keep swimming upward?
Oh yeah, make an athletics check as you do so.
There's. Did it not go? Oh, sorry, it didn't go. One more time.
It did not.
Let's try that again. That is worse, but okay.
Oof. All right. With a 2, unfortunately, with her still in your arm, you find it difficult to try and paddle with one arm. You kind of pull and you pull, but you do not seem to manage to get anywhere. You do have your second action. I will allow you to, if you want to, use your second action to try again.
Okay. Is that okay?
Yeah, perfectly fine.
Okay. Let's see.
Alas, it is, of course, as I mentioned, quite difficult, and even though you'd spend your entire action to try, you do not manage to do so. Demiro, you're in a cloud of dust and blood surrounding you as you swim just below the surface of the water.
Well, I guess at least the dust cloud gives us a bit of current as well. So I will, Demiro will swim over to where they last saw Esther.
Okay. Athletics check as you swim through the water towards Esther and Annabelle. Yep, perfectly fine. As you move at half speed, 10, 20, 25. Now,
And
as you
we'll,
look...
Yep.
Oh, I was going to say, you look down. Currently, Esther and Annabelle are 10 foot below you. You can still see them, but you're kind of half in the cloud, so you're kind of seeing the silhouettes more than them themselves.
And then I'll use my bonus action just to reactivate the heat.
All right. Reactivating the heat, is that just a part of a
Bonus action.
bonus action? Yep. Once again, the creature roars out. This time it will be able to make its Constitution saving throw, which, can you drop that onto it, or do I need to roll it?
So there's no save for the damage. The con is just around dropping or getting rid of the object.
Yeah, but do you have the way to drop the con save
Yeah, I can
DC?
drop the
Yeah.
save onto it.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, he is at disadvantage because he does not have opposable thumbs, and
Yeah,
does not.
knock enough things out.
Yep, does not manage to knock the things out. All right, the plesiosaur.
Because that thing hurts.
Oh yeah. No, it is super angry. It is super,
Uh-oh.
super angry. It is just going to attack. It is going to swim in your direction.
Almost like it's got a taste for my blood now.
Yes, as it can indeed sense your blood. It opens its mouth as it turns its head sidewards to snap these vicious-looking jaws around your body. I'm going to roll a d3 to see who it is going to grab, or who it's going to bite. 1 and 6 are going to be Annabelle. 5 and 2 are going to be Esther. And 3 and 4 are going to be Demiro. Demiro it is. It does have disadvantage. As it swims down, it drops a 20.
Oh.
But it will continue to swim. So that's 10, 20, 30.
Goes under us, pushes the boat.
It's going to do a drive-by on the boat.
It does actually look like it's circling the boat a little.
Already in.
All right. Vagog, you look to your left and you actually see the ridges of this creature's spine breach the surface of the water. The waves of the fins as they sort of swim and swipe backwards rock the boat quite heavily.
I'm going to have to help them get up quick. I'm going to use the shape water to create a current to help them get up quicker. I think they're... How far is it? It's 30 feet. They're 30 feet away from me, right?
Correct.
Esther.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I'm going to create a current kind of in their squares going upward towards the surface of the water.
Sure. You begin to run your hands in circular motions, and as it does, it creates this funnel, as it were. We are going to play a card, Plot Twist, the path least traveled, plot twist number 34. So thank you very much for that one. Now, the path least traveled. If you guys were to relinquish yourselves, you may enter the vortex. It will drag you up towards the boat. However, it will then require you to make an athletics check to grab onto the boat, or potentially be thrown skyward. So that is your options. You can try to swim up on your own merit, or you may attempt this to use the funnel. All right. Argento, you're up next.
Yes.
You've just finished paddling over to where everyone is. You can see them
All
just
right.
below the ship.
So now I see them just below, but I also see this as an opportunity with the plesiosaurus coming to the surface. I can now see him. I think I'll try to make an attack on him. Try and get him more focused on me and not them in the water. So I'm going to use the pike that I've now pulled out of the boat, and I'm going to throw the pike at him.
Don't put another hole in this boat.
But first, I want to do my bonus action of Hunter's Mark. So obviously, that gives me an extra 1d6 damage for every attack. That's
Obliterate the
good.
boat.
I hit. So let's just hope I don't hit the boat this time. Yeah.
All right, make your attack.
All right. I roll on. I roll on him or on the chat window. I can't remember.
You roll on the plesiosaur if you can.
Yep. Oh, 2.
All right.
One last time.
You throw the pike, and as it sails through the air, you can see written on the side of the haft, "Have a nice day," as it lands in the water.
Oh, brutal. Not having a good run here yet.
You know what? Chrono shift.
I just look at you.
all of a
Bernard,
sudden-
and I just shake my head.
So, all of a sudden... Hold on. Wait. All right. Okay, here we go.
Click.
As you watch Vigog, he raises his hands, and in his palm, a small disc appears with a sort of an hour and a minute hand. It begins to turn and twist backwards, and as it does so, Argento, you stand on the breach of the on the deck of the dinghy. You have your pike in hand. You're getting ready to throw it. You may throw it again.
Yes. Not be a one.
Do we remember that happening?
Oh, but it hit though.
Out there. Nice.
All right.
So, was it 1d10 damage? Plus 4?
Yeah, make your attack.
Roll.
This time, as it says, "Have a nice day," it hits the back of the plesiosaur.
So it gets 1d10 plus 4. I don't know why.
Was that a D10 or a D8? It looked like a D8.
Is that a d8? No, I rolled the wrong one, no?
Oh, no. Okay, so if you, yeah. So D10's the one next to that one.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Great.
Bob,
So
let's
then
take.
plus 4 it says.
Yeah, so that is-
for piercing, so that's 7. Plus with the hunter's mark, I do a 1d6.
All right, roll it.
Nice.
Beautiful. Okay, Esther, you're struggling to hold your breath. You start to feel a bit dizzy.
For some reason, whenever I was looking at what I could possibly do, I found my shield and I just thought of the kids like paddle boards. They just go like that. But no. I'm gonna try on my own first, if that's okay.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Whoa!
With a natural 20, you swim upwards, and as you do, you make it
Awesome.
20 foot to the surface of the water. Now, you hold up and raise the small child above your head, putting her just at the surface. She's still unconscious, but she is now breaching the surface of the water next to where Argento is.
And is that?
You have a
I
bonus action.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Let me see. Person. Let me see. I think for now that's all I can do, I believe. Sorry.
No, that's fine. All right. Next up, Domiro.
Well, not wanting all that effort to go to waste at the last second if it suddenly comes up from below, and I will swim over and good effort, Esther. Get out of there. Now, lend a hand. I will reach over and sing a little melody of invisibility on the child.
All right. You cast invisibility on the child as you raise your hands.
Sorry, just before I do that, I'll use my bonus action first to metal again. Because then I'll be switching concentration to the invisibility, so I'll lose metal.
Oh wow.
All right. Once again, the plesiosaur roars, but this time manages to snap some of the pieces off as it rams into the side of the walls.
And then drop that spell and concentrate on invisibility.
All right. They then go invisible. However, with the severe amount of damage it has suffered, the plesiosaur has no interest in this paltry meal and swims away.
Cool.
All
I
right.
just thought of a dinosaur.
All right.
Anyone for a swim?
Yeah,
What?
that was pretty awesome.
That was really cool.
Demiro, man, he carried the team there with that fight, bro. Demiro's been slugging it out with that thing.
Well, it kind of helped when we skewed it a bit, and it had some old rods stuck in it.
Awesome.
And I never got my weapon back again. I
Yeah, mine's stuck in it somewhere.
Yeah, I lost the pike. Good riddance.
Good job, Esther, grabbing Abigail.
Yeah. All right.
Although it looks like she's a bit worse for wear right now, you should probably get her up and going.
Definitely.
Does anyone have a medicine or?
I can try it. I'm not too familiar with the anatomy of humans, but I can try my best.
Nice.
Placing your hands over her, you realize that she's quite cold. You place your ear, and you realize that she is not breathing. You very quickly begin to administer CPR. You place your hands on her chest and begin compressions. You begin forcing air into her lungs and helping her turn on her side to see if she can clear the airways. Once, it doesn't seem to work. Twice, it doesn't seem to work. Make me another medicine check.
We'll give her a bardic inspiration if she has to make any death saves or whatever.
Very well.
Wow. Nice.
Nice.
And with that, you hear this water pours out of this child's lungs. Her dress sopping wet and making her heavy. She lies in the boat, shivering from the cold.
First, I shall shape water and take all the water out of her clothing so that she's nice and dry.
Good use. All right. You pull the water. Tiny beads begin to leave in a train and coalesce in your hand as a bigger pool of water. Her clothes and body are now dry as you then dump the water over and into the lake.
So
This is definitely Arabelle, right?
Yes.
yeah, Arabelle.
Well, she seems to have no blue ribbon in her hair, but you feel as though that might have something to do with her being pushed into the lake. But apart from that, she does match the exact description of the Vistani girl who was apparently kidnapped.
Welcome back to this world, Arabelle.
She looks around. Who are you?
Well, we were sent by your father to find you some time ago. We've been on your trail ever since.
On my trail? What do you mean?
Well, we were trying to find you.
Your
But
father
Uncle-
sent for us.
But Uncle Bluto, She turns and she looks at the back of the boat. And that is where she sees the now dead body of Bluto.
But he went in the water.
He was eating.
Oh, did you? Oh, right. Yeah, no, that's right. He fell in the water. No,
Yeah,
in which case, she sees Bluto's, shoes.
No, she doesn't. Shape water, push him into the water. No, just kidding.
All right.
Just kidding. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, she sees Bluto's shoes. She then looks in the water and she says, oh no. He told me that I could help. That I should help.
Help with what?
The people of Barovia are suffering. The
Well, they are,
creature
and
is
you did
the
help.
creature
They're
of the
not-
lake is unhappy.
Right, but they're not suffering because of you though. Like you shouldn't feel responsible for any of this. This is not the deed of a child.
In the end, Bluto decided it was his responsibility.
You can get a hero point on that. Or an inspiration, should I say. As
With Miro or me or both.
both.
Yeah.
As she looks, she says, Uncle Bluto was very brave. He saw that the creature was hungry and unhappy. He wanted to make things better. He didn't want to do bad things. But this place makes you do bad things. She looks at Argento.
In the end, he
Argento,
made the right choice.
Argento, you think back for a moment. You think back to the town that you were previously in.
Yes.
You think back to Valaki, the small, quaint little hamlet where you were standing in the center of the town, pelting giant cabbages at what appeared to be people in the stocks.
Yes.
You think to yourself, that doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem like me.
Yeah.
The little child's words hit a little more closer to home.
Yes. I look at the little child and sort of give a look of understanding, which is very strange coming from Argento because he's usually so menacing. But I look at her and I say, this place does seem to have that effect.
All right. Now, with the child in tow, what is your next destination? Where would you like to go? What would you like to do?
Well, back home.
Should we take her home?
We
Trying
could
to
follow the
return?
river.
Well, we didn't come all this way just to sacrifice ourselves.
Absolutely. So
What do you think,
the
Esther?
quickest way to get back, I think, we're on a river, on a boat.
What do you?
Do we traipse back to the shore and make it by foot?
Well, surely the quickest way back would be to stay on the boat.
What do we do about our horse?
Esther, what do you think?
I was just curious first. I had seen sort of a mural depicting the creature being sort of praised, I believe, right?
Correct. Down in the bottom of the lake itself, you found a series of ancient and dilapidated ruins, each of which seemed to have carvings of an old civilization offering worship to a creature very similar to this, the long-necked dinosauric creature.
Let me think. Sorry, give me 1 second.
Good.
You guys are free to talk among yourselves, of course.
But it seemed fairly clear that this had been in battles over a long
Yeah.
period of time.
Oh yeah, definitely. You've seen scars over its body. You've seen the like large spears with like moss growing on it. You're fairly sure that a lot of the injuries are very, very distant, in terms of like when they were wounded, when it was wounded.
I'm just trying to remember back. Are we supposed to return that horse to that guy?
Return
We
what?
did borrow it, right?
Yeah, he did want the horse back. Or no, that was our horse, wasn't it?
We got it from that
We got
village.
it. Yeah.
We had to go find the boy at the grave. And bring him
Right.
back. But
Yeah.
he gave us the horse, but I think he wanted us to return the horse. I can't remember.
He wanted us to
Remember-
return the horse cart.
Yeah.
Yeah. we want that
For
back.
some reason, thought that was the horse that we had all the way at the beginning when we thought that
No,
was.
it's a different one now.
It is a pretty good ways away. I mean, where we got it from is pretty good ways back.
Well, it was the last town we came from, wasn't it?
It was the one from, let me see. It was the village of Barovia, I believe, which is way back towards the, before we even went to the Sears Pool and the Sear Falls and all that stuff. So it was way back.
There's
Oh,
also
yeah.
the
Yeah.
boat that we borrowed at the shore.
Oh, geez, yeah. Well, we went really far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess there's no.
So for my audience, they borrowed a horse from here. They are now here.
They don't see it.
No, don't they?
Pretty good
No.
ways away.
Let me try that again. Boop. There we go. All right. I'm going to mark in green for a moment. Nope. There we go. That area here is where they borrowed the horse from. That area here is currently where the horse is. The horse is roughly... So each square is each hexagon is a quarter mile. So yeah, it's a small journey. Small journey.
Small journey.
Well, is the boat, could we even take the boat back? I guess.
I don't think so.
I don't think the rivers are all connected. I don't know.
They're not. The Zarovich Lake runs off down the Lower River.
Yeah.
And will eventually peter out into this very tiny lake here. That's the closest you could get.
Yeah.
But if the fog worked, like if we entered one side, came out the other, they would connect. But no.
Okay, well, we might as well just go back to shore and grab the horse.
Yeah.
Continue.
Mhm. Was there a second boat?
What was that? Sorry.
Was there a second boat?
What?
Oh, sorry. Was there a second boat?
Yeah,
There
we
was-
came out.
Yeah, the one that you came in.
There was
That was-
Pluto's and ours.
Oh, and then Pluto's.
Yeah, Bluto had a boat, and then you guys had a boat which you rowed out to him.
Okay. If we took that boat, we could put the horse in it with someone.
Well, we don't really have anywhere to go on the boat.
Yeah.
We go down that river, then we lose the road.
Go down that river and then sort of. Yeah. It's not what. And the girl needs to go back to the village. Well, I guess. Wait a minute. Were those Vistani? Were they the same ones when we met them not long ago? Where you got thrown into the river?
The Vistani that you met, you have two Vistani. The first are the ones traveling, which I believe are currently here.
Yeah.
So they should be moving and would now be, by the time you get there, probably here. So they're about there. They're moving around, as it were.
Sure.
I guess to be fair, in character, we don't actually know this map. We don't have a map.
Yeah,
do.
that's.
Yeah,
So
you
we
don't.
should probably just backtrack the way we can.
Yeah, it's what I was going to say. Like, we just know they're back that way where the horse needs to go, and then
Just go back to the town with the part the holiday event.
the
Pike
yeah,
balls.
Yeah.
what is it, the Locky or whatever it is.
Well, maybe we can circle around that.
Well, the shore is quite long. There's a little clearing down up there, but yeah. Let's head back to shore, I guess, and then we'll sort of regroup from there.
All right.
Sure.
I don't want to go through Balaki.
Yes, Esther.
Are there any small trinkets or anything within the boat besides Pluto's shoes?
Yes, indeed, there are. You see a very familiar looking backpack. It's very familiar because it actually does remind you of the backpack that Vigag holds.
The god.
Yes, sister.
I show him the bag.
Weird. But I'll hold up my bag. What? I mean, is there a time loop?
Looking
What?
inside,
Yeah.
looking at it, it is the same bag that is given to the students of the academy that Vigag belongs to.
Oh yeah. I look inside the bag really quick that she's holding. I'm looking for like any identification or anything.
Looking inside, as you rummage around, you see a bag filled with more or less just basic supplies. But that is when you come across something that you do find oddly familiar. Describe an object that is dear to your student, Jade.
She she very much would have had a bunch of gems as well as like just odds and ends of like rocks that she might have liked to collect and stuff. Magical stones in general, like opals, diamonds, stuff like that.
And that is what you find inside this bag.
Maybe like a necklace she would have had.
You find an assortment of strange
Yeah.
objects and rocks and stones.
These were my students. Or at least one of them. Oh, Jade, what has happened to you? To you, Soren, and Clyde? Well, did you found this in the boat, Esther?
It was underneath one of the seats. Normally when fishermen sit to, kind of do stuff, they put their, tackle box and stuff beneath the seat of the dinghy. It was in that little crawl space.
And then, Arabelle is still awake, right? Like, she hasn't, passed out from sleep or anything?
Oh, yeah, definitely still awake.
Okay. Arabelle, have you seen a halfling about this size? Probably carries around. She usually carries around a little torch. Kind of like the way she can't see very well.
All right, Arabelle looks and she says, yes, I remember that. Bluto was given that by the nice lady back in Valaki.
Valaki? Why would she give this to him?
She said something about her not needing it anymore and hoping that it could help him.
Oh, because she was so happy.
Oh.
Such a shame we're not going back to Valaki.
Well, she wouldn't be there much longer. My students don't tend to stay in one place. They're true adventurers.
Well, Valaki doesn't seem like the kind of place you leave.
We did.
We did. Very good reason to.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have to agree with DeMiro here. She's not thinking straight if she got rid of her bag.
All right. Now,
That is true.
we are going to be playing our first plot twist card, Hidden Asset, which is, of course, our plot twist number 1. So thank you very much for that. This is a hidden asset bag. Within it contains a single stone that originally, upon looking at it, doesn't seem to be more than kind of like a magic gem. But instead, you notice upon closer inspection, it is in fact an ion stone. A magical artifact capable of providing magic, wonderment, and a little extra source of energy and power to those who have it on their person. this particular item allowed for Jade to be able to look for and research and ascertain the composition of that which she holds in her hand. By reaching down and picking something up, she could find its true value. So whether or not something is true gold or fool's gold, if something is like a rare kind of mineral, or if a painting is worth something, as long as you have possession of the ion stone, you can, with the other hand, assess the value of something else.
You can appraise with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. How the heck does she get one of these? Oh, we're in. Okay. We might have to go back to Balaki. I mean, maybe not right away, but because we got to bring this young one back. But if she's still there, I need to find them. Plus, these three could potentially help us with the Barovia problem.
Esther, was that something you would like to say? Nope. Okay. Very well. What is the group's decision?
Well, we have rescued the girl, and I mean, it's admirable the haste you want to return her, but I'm not sure people last too long in Balaki, to be honest.
I mean, those three usually can take care of themselves. I am worried, but they'd want me to return her as well. But if you want to go into Balaki to help me look for Jade.
Yeah, your students and your quest, we will help you in as best as we can.
Okay. Well, if you guys are okay with keeping watch of Arabelle for a bit longer, I say if you're good with it, we should go to.
Let's be off.
Let's go.
All right. Thank you.
May I do something once you reach the shore?
Sure. All right. You set sail and you move to the shore, at which point you pull the... do you take one boat or both boats back?
I think we're trying to take both boats, I believe.
Yeah, we can take both.
Very well. You pull them back to the boat and the scene is yours, Esther.
I offer my hand to Arabelle.
She kind of reaches up and she takes it.
And I walk over to... Is there any sandy area?
Yeah. Tons.
I kind of teach her quickly a small sort of symbol that my Mama Doria taught me. A sort of symbol of well-being towards the person that you aim it towards for the plesiosaur and for Bluto. And sorry.
No, go.
I say Bluto was misguided, but our intentions aren't always our intentions don't always bring the best results. But I know you cared about him, Arabelle. I'm sorry that we couldn't bring him back.
She has a melancholy look as she gazes out over the reflective lake. It seems to be stiller than usual, and a cloud of fog seems to kind of billow from the other bank over its waters, hiding so much beneath its murky depths. At the very least, a plesiosaur. She nods, and she says, he wasn't a bad man. He just didn't understand. He lost so much. And more. He only did what he thought was right, and I think he was very brave. He made me feel brave, and I appreciate that.
You're very brave, Arabelle.
She starts crying a little, and as she does, she says, I don't want to feel happy that he died instead of me. I don't want to, but I do. Does that make me bad?
No, baby.
She then sort of grabs onto Esther and then buries her head in her dress as she just continues to cry. This 10-year-old girl just holding on for about a minute or so.
After that minute, I take her hand again and I sort of point over the horizon of the lake towards. Is there a forested area over the lake?
Yeah.
All right. I want you to focus on this. Look very closely. What do you see?
Trees.
Do you know what kind of trees they are? I'm not familiar with this land. Can you tell me about them?
I don't know if that's Max seeing what my arboreal knowledge is, because it's not
No,
great.
no. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. It's just really funny.
I love it,
You know, it's like, what is the airspeed of an unladen swallow? I was like, dang it. She will tell you about the trees of Barovia, which are birch trees. Is that a type of tree? Birch?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Done. Birch. They're birch trees. To let you know about how good my arboreal skills are, I played in a game called Winds of Wilderon, where I named my swamp the Lamenting Woods. That's how bad at like knowing landscape I am. So yeah. Anyway. So yes, you distract her by getting her to tell you about the land, and eventually it takes her mind off everything. Now, you guys are heading south, but not towards Vallaki, not following the road here. You're trying to meet up with the Vistani, is that correct? So, following the coast of the bank of the lake, you eventually come to the small Vistani camp just off to the side here. Actually, no, you don't. That's a long way away. Never mind.
We're down by the pool.
Yeah, no, they're over here. Jesus, you guys are ages away. What am I even talking about? Yeah, you booked it. All right, this is gonna take you a while. All right, let's throw some random encounters, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me to invite you now to the fun part of my audience participation. I don't get to do this very often, but I do this whenever either A, my party has a very long journey ahead of them, or B, if I'm simply out of ideas. This is basically where you in the audience get to throw out your suggestions for a random encounter. I want a whole bunch of random encounters, and the first 6 encounters that we end up getting that are appropriate, mind you, will basically be decided by my awesome little dice, and I'll run it.
The old arm of the troll crawling afterwards is
That's true. That's true. So for some background, the group does have 2 recurring villains who are still out and about. The first is the severed arm of a giant troll. What was the troll's name again? It was something. What was it? I think it was Gorgut, wasn't it? Or something like that.
Oh, that was one of the choices in Gargoyle, but yeah, maybe. I'm sorry, I can't remember completely.
No, been a mix of the names.
Yeah, it was a mix of a couple of names.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna call him Gorgut. So anyway, the troll is very, very angry that he got reverse Beowulfed by having the rest of him destroyed, and then, he had his arm there. The second is a trio of hags who are, of course, grinding people up and turning them into pies. The group found out their big, dark, dirty secret, but came up with an arrangement so that they leave each other alone. For now, at least. For now.
And one of them was armless.
All right.
Right?
Now, the road, the Old Sarvik Road is very long and winding, and does take you a great deal of time to travel. During which time, I would like to ask which one of you will be using a survival check in order to keep to the roads and find the path. Which one of you will be using a perception check for lookout, and if the other two would like, they may do whatever they see fit during the traveling sequence. So, Pathfinder, who are you?
I'm happy to do either of those.
Yeah, my survival's all right.
All right. So let's say that Argento is pathfinding. Demiro, you are scouting. Argento, can I get you to make me a survival check, please, as you begin to make your way following the road to the east?
Oh, man. It's only 8.
All right. Not a problem. Once you kind of leave the forested area, because obviously following the road while it's in the forest is relatively easy. Once you kind of leave the fields, however, you try to stay by the forest, but you kind of think to yourself, hey, I kind of remember if we cut across the fields and the hills like this, it's kind of like a shortcut, right? We'll cut days off our trip if we move through this area. Demiro, if you could make me a perception check as you begin your journeys.
Nice.
Nice. All right. Now, further up ahead, you can see what looks to be a campfire already lit, burning brightly ahead of you.
Are we due to make camp?
It is getting, well, I mean, it is always night in Barovia, so it's hard to say.
Is
How
it?
long have we been traveling for?
You've been traveling for at least 6 hours. Sorry, no, 6 hours, 16 hours. My apologies.
Right. So yeah, probably time for a break. Well, that's convenient.
Mike, did you say it's always night?
Yeah, it is always night.
Prepared for us already.
My bat has been biting me for no reason.
It's still tired.
How close are we to the fire?
It is it's about maybe 20, 30 minutes away.
Okay. So we head over to the fire. I make one when there's one already prepared.
All right.
Look around first.
Very well.
Yes.
You make your way over to the fire. As you do so, you see that it appears to be laden with food. Lots of fruits and vegetables. You could see like cuts of meat that seem to be glazed in honey are placed on plates and serving dishes next to this roaring flame. It is warm, welcoming, and inviting.
Is there anyone around?
Good question. Let me roll my dice. All right. Okay. It doesn't seem like anyone is around, at least not in the immediate vicinity. The food does seem relatively warm, meaning that if there was someone about, they're probably not too far away.
I'll just call out, see if there's anyone nearby. Hello, the fire!
You yell out to the darkness, but the darkness does not respond.
Well, probably not fire off if they've prepared all this food.
I'm gonna go up to the fire and check out the meat. Going to use the ion stone of appraisal.
Want to see how much?
Try to find out what kind of meat it is.
All right.
Assuming I can use it like that.
Okay. Looking at it, it appears to be pork of some kind.
Pork. Where did they get pig out here?
In the forest.
Well, boars maybe, yeah, I guess. Is there like any tents or anything around, or is it like just a fireplace?
It seems to just be the fire itself.
Are there any tracks?
Looking around, you try to see if there are any tracks. Make a survival check. Okay. Let's see. With a 7, you don't see any real tracks lying about.
I have some rations if I have an explorer's pack, right?
Yeah, totally.
Okay. So how much food is there at this fire? A good amount?
Quite a lot of food.
Okay. This may seem odd, but I want to put some of my rations as to like to offer it up. Just like, it seems like this is for someone specific. So I just get out my own rations and then I sit nearby.
That was very smart, Esther. I guess if someone were to come back and see us eating their food, they might think us.
Oh yes, it'd be quite rude to start without them.
So if they come back and see that we're here but didn't eat their food, maybe they'll let, meeting Demiro firsthand, they might allow us to stay here, and then they might offer their food afterwards. But for now, we should just eat our own rations. But we could probably still stay here.
I'll just start up a song.
I'll join Esther. I join Esther and Arabelle. I keep close to her.
All right. And what of Arabelle?
Yeah, I think she'll sit with Esther, and I'll join, and we'll sort of share some of the rations we have with her. Keep her close. Make her comfortable.
All right. You sit beside Esther and Arabelle. As you do so, can I get everyone to make me a perception check, please?
$16.
Guys, killing me already. Nice.
Nice.
Okay. As you guys sit and enjoy your various your rations and the like, the food smells so intoxicating, but you do not touch a single piece. But that is when, Esther, you hear something rustling in the bushes nearby. I will now take us to a nearby map. Apologies, as this is the quick one. I have not yet made a campfire, but pretend there's like a little fire in the middle. Actually, do I have a...
Use our imagination.
Use your imagination. What? How dare you, sir, make us use our imaginations? Fine. Here.
Only I had my fireplace.
There you go.
Token.
A beautiful campfire.
It's an elemental.
Just forget that.
I just magicked up an elemental. The ghost of Christmas past. Yes. It's Christmas.
Good one.
All right. So, From the nearby, Esther, you hear the rustling. What do you say?
What do I say? Oh, sorry. Does it seem like bipedal or quadrupedal steps?
You're not sure. It's pretty much just you hear something is moving around, definitely trying to stay out of sight.
I just say, would you care to join us?
As soon as you say that, you see two mirrored glass-looking eyes staring out at you. The reflection of the campfire seems to just create this illumination, almost like when you look at a cat in the light. And that is when you see them. Two pale creatures, rotting flesh attached to their necks and to their jaws.
Finally, I was wondering if your idea for bait would even work. Well, they're not eating it. That's okay, it still worked fine.
As two ghouls emerge, Annabelle moves very quickly and closely to Esther, holding her tightly.
Looks like you chaps haven't eaten in a while.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, sorry. I was looking for something.
All right, it is your turn. How do you want to react before we fly into initiative?
Let me see. Trying to find my abilities. Sorry I'm taking so long. I asked Arabelle to. Argento's right next to me, right?
Yeah, Argento is right next to you.
I asked Arabelle to stay by Argento, and then I kind of step over the side. If there's like something I was sitting on, I step over the side of it. No. Let's not be rude here.
They say,
Oh, yes. Where are our manners? It would be impolite to talk with our mouths full.
and they lunge forward as we go into initiative.
Oh.
I have an idea. I'm sorry, I have an idea.
Argento,
Awesome.
it is your turn.
All right, so Arabelle's near me, and I basically look to her and tell her, look, just stay behind me. I want her to get behind me, and I'm going to attack this ghoul right in front of me.
All right.
Down the other side of the
so
bush.
hold on. Let
This
me
way, ghoul.
move some people around because yeah. So
Yeah.
you guys would be there, and it would be right in front of where you are.
Yep. So I'm going to use my Searing Smite bonus action first.
Oh yeah.
So that's obviously, it'll do 1d fire damage if I attack. So I'm going to attack ghoul number 1 with the Warhammer.
Very well.
Hit.
As you swing your hammer towards the face of this ghoul, it suddenly engulfs in this glowing embered light that
Nice.
collides with its face and sends sparks in all directions. Roll your damage upon the creature, both for your Searing Smite and for your Warhammer.
Let's go the Warhammer first. 6, and Searing Smite was 1d6. Just rolled another one. Here we go. 6. 1.
All right. That is 7 points of damage.
Don't you get to add your strength to it? For the first one?
You do get to add your strength.
Yeah. Yeah. So +4 to that first one. So 6
Done,
plus
done.
4.
All right, Dun. This is a heavy blow as its jaw seems to dislocate. Demiro, it is your turn. What does our Satyr Bard do?
Never had goat meat before.
Well, yes, if I can help it, you still won't.
Goat. Told you a goat, mate.
You ever learn it's a shame to waste food like this? If we hadn't turned up, then no one would be eating it.
Yeah.
Well, have you ever stuffed a chicken? It's more or less the same thing.
Yeah.
We fatten you up and then we cook you.
Nice.
Kushmaki.
Christmas.
Nice.
All right, 5 points of damage as you take your rapier and stab him. Vagag, you see the signs of bloodshed on both sides of where you are. The little girl is caught between you and Argento. What do you wish to do?
Assuming Argento has it on that side, I'm going to help Demiro on this end. I'm going to weave my hands together and cast the purplish color for Witch Bolt.
Brew of casting purple.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
This purple orb of lightning blasts an energy bolt towards the ghoul. It will, of course, strike. I believe you can drop the condition on the on the
Because
ghoul.
I do damage on the first one, and then the condition will
Yeah.
get dropped for it being continued.
Done. Fantastic. All right. Ghoul number 1.
He has to make a saving throw.
He'll do that each turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Fantasy Grounds, a wonderful program, actually does all of that automatically, so we don't have to worry. All right, the ghoul will, of course, unleash, cry havoc upon poor Argento. Now, for those of you in the audience who were unaware, I believe, Argento, this is your first D&D 4RA, isn't it?
It is.
Excellent. Allow me to show you why people don't get full attacked by ghouls in this game. So, first of all, we will make a bite attack against Argento with these piercing fangs, which miss. Wow, okay, never mind. I'm clearly out of my depth. As it tries to bite you, the teeth run clean off the metal. Next, with a claw, it again rakes just casually across your armor, not hitting you remotely. With its final claw,
Whoa, is this 3 attacks?
damn, yeah, the armor
Whoa.
protects you completely as these claws and these teeth just cannot find purchase anywhere in Argento's steel wall.
All right.
Wow. And also, by the way, guys, I would like to give a very, very warm and happy welcome to Kaputs, who has joined the crypt. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope that you enjoy all of the good things that happen while you are watching these streams. Good morning and evening. One of the GaryCon streams led me here eventually. Fantastic. That's awesome. Oh, you are so kind. Thank you for your lovely words. Much love. DM Sass Dice No. Right! Oh my god. Like, name me another skill in this bloody game that, unlike Intimidate, that when you fail, it just makes you look like a chump. Right? It's like, yeah, I guess. Oh, man. Anyway, I missed everything. But, I mean, alas. And watch me then, turn to the bard and then, get the same thing. All right. Demiro. Now, this isn't the first time you've... No. All right, let's try this again. Now, you've got some big shoes to fill. Let's see if you can match Argento and keep me at 0 for 0.
Plate mail just before this battle.
Oh, right. Okay, fair enough.
You missed that bit.
I think I did. I think I might have. All right. Teeth. Misses. as Demiro, you with your rapier, with a very quick flourish, grab onto a pomegranate and stick it in its mouth. Huh! And it's like, yes! And then it went, wait. There. This is not flesh.
Not the flesh you were expecting, anyway.
You then sort of lick the pomegranate juice. It's delicious. It's like fresh pomegranate. Like, what the hell? All right, claw.
Oh.
All right, one claw does manage to hit, dealing 8 points of damage. Now, in addition to this, as the claws of a ghoul carry a particular paralytic nerve agent, let us see. You manage to resist the paralysis. The final claw comes down, and you realize very quickly, this is not an attack I want to take again. You parry with a swipe of your rapier and avoid the attack. Esther, what do you do as we go to your turn?
Okay, I have two things. The first thing I want to do for my action is turn undead. With my channel divinity, if I can.
Oh, very nice. All right. What color is your magic? Or could you describe how your channel divinity works?
Okay, sorry, one second. I just want to make sure I got everything right. First, what wisdom saving throw do I need to make? Just so I can know what to,
all right, so if you go into your spells, actually, you know what? This is actually a good time to talk about Fantasy Grounds. So, ladies and gentlemen, we use Fantasy Grounds for our choice of VTT. One of the big reasons is back when COVID first hit, I had a bit of extra money from my job to allow me to, pick a VTT. I chose this one because it comes with a lot of automatic calculations and stuff like that. And at the time, it worked really, really well. So, what you can actually do is go into your spells, such as Channel Divinity. Do you have Channel Divinity?
In my abilities.
Ability.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, right. It's your ability. So you go into your abilities, Channel Divinity, and we can read, when you use it, choose to create the effect. Cleric save DC. Turn undead. So what is your DC? Your DC is...
Look at there.
6. So that is...
13?
13, yes. 14,
Okay.
sorry. 14.
Oh,
All right.
14.
So, wisdom saving throw of 14. Let's see if these guys can do it. That is a 5. He does not.
Okay. So that would be to the first goal because it has to be within 30 feet. Are they both within 30 feet?
They are both within 30 foot, so I will do the other one as well. Wisdom saving throw. No. 11. Okay, they are both affected. As you describe your spell.
Okay. So I pull out one of the cards and then I hold it up and then it looks like smoke seems to seep from it, from either side.
As you cast your spell, the smoke gathers, and these two creatures are rebuffed by the turn undead. They now are afraid of Esther more than anything else, and will use the earliest opportunity they can to retreat. Yes, indeed. Also, really quick, have a wonderful game, Hester TM. I hope that you have a great and wonderful time. Thank you once again for joining the subscription train, and I'm glad that you enjoyed the Gary Con character I made. Hopefully he will not be the last time I use that one. All right, Argento.
Yes. My turn here. Okay, so I want to use my bonus to turn on my Vow of Enmity, which gives me advantage on rolls against this creature.
Now, are you sure you want to do that? Because the other option is you could put your sword away and be injured. No? Okay.
No.
Worth a shot.
Just let it hit him.
I thought about that for a minute. I was like, wait a minute, is this one
He
of those
puts the sword away. He's like,
just, I feel compelled to.
Yeah. So I get to roll advantage on, let's roll, I guess, with the Warhammer. Roll over the top of him. Hit. And with Searing Smite, I do the, what is it, 1d8? 1d8 plus 4.
Ooh.
That's 12. And then the Searing Smite, 6. 1.
All right, so that is 13 points of damage. You strike that ghoul, and as you do, its head comes clean off. The body falls to the ground, and as it does, you watch as it twists for a few moments before going still. The head rolls as it lands nearby.
Nice.
Demiro.
But does it look like it's about to run off, or it just won't go closer to Esther?
It looks like it's about to run off.
Okay. In that case, I will take a step back. My only move.
And then you start singing, "Don't stand, don't stand, don't stand so close to me, 'cause I'm a bard."
I throw in a barb about how he missed with his bite.
Oof. Well, he basically turns around and says, "Your joke lacked a little bite."
That was just a mockery.
Oh. He made the save though.
Oh, okay, then nothing.
Take your damage back.
Take your 1 damage.
The high is
like-
for them.
Very well. Vagag, it is your turn.
Alright.
Because it says
So the-
success, so it's like, hooray!
Yeah, I know. It's so yeah. It's like
Hey.
saving throw, success. Yeah.
Kind of focus on the witch bolt, and I force more of my magical energies into the beam, creating a little ball of light traveling down the arc That's still
Ooh,
kidding.
nice.
to
All
do
right.
another of the witch bolts.
Yep.
Oh, that was almost a 12.
All right.
Oh,
Once again,
just a
the
tiny
lightning
ball.
bolt strikes at the ghoul, but only does 2 points of damage.
Don't you have to roll to attack, or is it just automatic?
It's once the first hit hits, it's latched on for a minute until it breaks distance or until I release it. Yes. That's
The
right.
ghoul, having to flee Esther, will 5, 10, 15, 20,
You're a
25,
lightning ray into
30.
it.
Yeah, it's kind of like a floating orb of, well, death. All right. Now, as the lightning bolt still seems to follow it, you hear this, "You will rue the day I will return and have my vengeance."
Tap it
The
again.
third one. This is great.
Hey, one of you, get in line!
The arm just get in line.
All right.
Thanks for the
Out your
dinner.
mouth. It's
Now,
about groomer.
now, unless you wish to pursue the creature, it will, of course, run into the darkness. What would you like to do?
It's up to the gag because he's got it skewered.
I don't actually. It just got on the distance. It's 30 feet.
We get some people from Valaki to come throw stuff at it.
All right.
So yeah,
So,
the
so,
the
oh,
top of the thing.
so to make it super quick, anyone wanting to follow, chase, or pursue this thing? Nope. Nope.
Wait, how far is?
Is that a yes or a no, Neil?
Yes, I'll hit it with chill touch.
Very well.
120 feet.
I thought these were, are these just 5-foot squares?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
You miss.
As a hand tries to grab it.
All right.
Hold hand.
As you, as the creature disappears into the night, you gather around. Annabelle seems very captivated by you. Wow, you guys are amazing. You're so strong. No wonder my daddy sent you to help us. Maybe you can help the master too.
Master.
She quickly realizes she said something she shouldn't, and she goes, "Oh,
Detect thoughts.
I shouldn't have said that. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, what do I do? Daddy will hit me." No, Daddy doesn't hit her. But that, oh no. Change the subject. Change the subject. What should I change it to? Well, gee, this fire's warm.
Mm.
Hey, if you can cast cold magic and you are a rock man and that is a fireplace, what were you doing swimming in the lake?
I wasn't swimming in the lake. I was in a boat.
Oh,
you talking about before?
Yeah. What were you doing in the?
I thought I was smart. I made a mistake.
All right. Well done. For this particular escapade, I'm going to award the group each 3 rare and exotic rations. These rare and exotic rations will allow you to feast for 3 days as a whole group, eating not only the barest minimums of hardtack, water, and biscuits, but an actual proper feast that you guys will be able to restore your fatigue or endurance with a short rest instead of a long rest for exhaustion. So you've got 3 uses of this.
Hooray.
Nice.
Ooh.
Also, by the way, to our lovely audience, yes, Sirenscape is, of course, our sound set of choice. I am working on using the brand new Sirenscape online player so that my players will actually have a chance to be able to use the soundboard for their own spells and abilities. But that is coming soon and after I'm a bit more proficient with it.
Oh, sweet.
Okay, now, this comes from Plot Twists, not black and white. So what was otherwise a helpful campfire was actually a trap. And, of course, our plot was donated by the lovely great GM himself as a pack of undead gophers hunt for flesh. I feel like gophers was ghouls in my mind, but in hindsight, I'm thinking that he meant gophers, which would have been
thought at first. Like,
which would have been hilarious. I should have gone with
forgot
gophers. That's fine.
Awesome.
Next time.
Undead
Next
gopher.
time, Gadget. All right.
I mean, that was quite an elaborate setup for gophers.
It was
Just
amazing.
Undead gophers popping out of the ground, looking for hankies.
All right.
Is it
Now-
golf course?
Spelling is for the week.
Yeah.
Yeah, the spelling of the week.
Yep. I thought it was some sort of British slang, to be honest. Like, oh yeah, no, these gophers. Yeah, these gophers. Get a couple of gophers in there. All right, yeah, sure, gophers, mate. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, let's talk Pommy to the Australian who barely has a grasp of English. That's great. Okay.
English golfers. This undead zombies swinging.
All right. Back to travel. Now,
Okay.
once again, we continue our move through the lands of Barovia. Now, you guys are passing just north of the Bone Grinder, what you know to be the windmill where the witches were residing. You're not sure, but even though you are a fair distance away, you can definitely feel eyes gazing upon you from deep within the spinning iris of the windmill.
No, we do need sleep, but they did say not to come back.
We shortcut across past the windmill.
Yes, you basically cut across so you did not pass the windmill, but you can kind of see it in the distance.
Right. It
Mm.
looked like it's looking at us.
Yeah, you kind of get the feeling like there are watchful eyes gazing at you.
Pretty sure they said don't come back as well, didn't they?
They did. They very much did.
Esther, I would keep Arabelle's eyes away from the windmill just in case it brings up bad memories.
All right. You continue to make your way south until eventually you pass by the large gates. And as you do so, you can see further up ahead what looks to be a bridge leading across the ravine. And you hear in the distance the sound of the Vistani festive and happy music. You recall these Vistani are the ones that were with the fortune teller earlier on.
Oh, thank God they're here.
Well, this is not the ones that we were returning the girl to.
Vistani are Vistani. They're always somewhat helpful.
Whoa,
Whoa, what?
whoa.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean
Okay.
it like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. I'm terribly sorry, okay? To any of my Vistani watchers out there, right? Okay, Vistani are not just Vistani, no matter who they happen to be, okay? Just calm down.
Oh yeah,
okay?
that's right. There were the couple that threw me in the river, so fine. That is true.
No,
So
it's
you
okay.
want to palm off the girl to these ones?
Yeah.
Like, where are you from, child? Oh, we'll throw you back in the river.
All right. You find your way to the Vistani. You know what? I don't need a map. Give me a second. Let me just... All right. Yes, leave it at the
Sorry.
Barovian gate, please. All right. Okay. As you approach, a rather hairy-looking man is taking a wee in the lake. As he sees your group approaching, he says, "Ah, everybody, look! It is the singing, dancing people." He shakes his leg a couple of times, zips himself up, and he says, "And they've brought a small child."
It is the one that we were searching for when we came through.
Ah, this is
Thank you very much for
good.
your assistance.
We are happy to help. You small child, prof me farts in oran. Favor haribia. She turns around, she says, "Beorin faran. Fortune working sin." Ah, it seems like you have taken good care of child. I know of her. She is Aribel. Very, very important to Vistani people. Chief of the traveling tribe to the south have been looking for her for quite some time.
We're just on our way back to return her.
Oh my god. Sorry, I just learnt, and I do have to share this, that thanks to Froghemoth Legs, that apparently in French, this is called Donjons et Dragons le Malédiction de Strahd. Jesus! That is so cool!
Malediction.
That is awesome. Malediction is like one of my malediction is just such an awesome word. That's way cooler.
That is really cool. Yeah.
Like even if in English it was like the malediction of Strahd, like oh so good. Everything in French sounds sexier. That's terrible. Anyway, all right. Even if you've ever been to France, right? Even the ambulances sound way sexier than the Australian ones. Just Google that. Google it. All right. So, the Vistani say, "Well, you have brought small child back to the Vistani. Come, sit, we will eat, we will celebrate."
Do you mind if we stay for the night?
Hey! It is cause for celebrations.
As Vigog says, "Well, do you mind if we all of a sudden you can see that Demiro's like just straight into it." Immediately you see Esmeralda, who immediately begins flirting with Demiro, and she was like, "Oh, Demiro, I didn't realize you were so good with children." She leans over with her heaving bosom, barely contained by this corset wrapped in silks.
So good to see you again.
It always brings my heart joy to see you. She kisses you on the cheeks as she invites you to dance once again by the riverside. The old man sort of walks up and says, "Well, it seems as though we have yet more places to put hungry mouths, what?" Pokes Vigog in the stomach.
But, yes, indeed.
I'll share one of the special rations.
Oh! If I don't believe my eyes. A pear. I haven't seen a pear in 40 years. Not since the caravan of 1477. Yes, pears.
A bittersweet treat from head to your feet, no matter what feat you eat when it comes to the pair.
The kids and the adults kind of look confused, but they end up going, "Ah!"
Yeah.
Now, as this is happening, the music begins to die down, and we pan over to the fortune teller's tent. You see an old woman, blind and haggard, wearing a cloth around her eyes, smiling and sitting by the river. As she does so, she walks into the water, up to about her shins, and she seems to just be listening to the waves. Listening to the waves, I said. All right, what would you guys like to do?
Esther had probably been first. Well, Esther first was sorry, I didn't say this earlier. She's actually holding her hands up, kind of like mitts, and she's teaching the little girl how to do a proper fist for a punch. And she's trying to get Esmeralda's attention because she can probably punch much better than Esther can. But then she sees. Does she see what's going on?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yes. She kind of makes her way over, but doesn't want to really disturb whoever it is.
She says,
I can hear you, my dear. Come close. I wish to talk to you again. Child of the Fates.
I follow her into the water's ocean level.
as you do, you kind of, see that she's up to her knees. She looks to you and says, Tell me, before Barovia, what kingdom did you hail from, child?
She looks for a second. I travel many places. But I came from a smaller town. I don't know if you would know the name. Helpful?
And do you miss your home? What do you remember of it?
Can I get you to make me a wisdom check?
There it is. There it is, okay.
You scour your memories, and you remember specific things. We're going to be playing 2 plot twists here. Hidden Secret and All in the Details. Numbers 15 and 9. Thank you to those audience members who provided those plot twists. Esther, you try to remember your hometown. You take a little bit of time and you think, I remember the town hall, but I don't remember the mayor. I remember I had a house. I remember it had a blue door. But I can't remember whether it was a 1-story or 2-story house. I remember there was a child who I made really good friends with. But I don't remember his name. Tiny details seem to have dulled or faded. She looks at you, awaiting the answer to your question of, do you like your home?
Esther actually looks the 3 others. What do you mean by home?
place where you come from, child. Where you were before Barovia. Many here slowly lose themselves in this place. The mind, she taps her eyes. The mind sees greater than even the eyes do. Sometimes all we have to understand the world around us is our minds. And when that, like a thread, begins to pull, sometimes what unravels reveals things that even we cannot recognize. Froghemoth, you have redeemed a DAG dollar redo of $2,000 for an insight check, providing my players with insight into what is going on. Here is the insight. The longer you spend in Barovia, your mind is slowly beginning to slip. Your memories are slowly fading. You are becoming Barovian. This is an introduction to the idea that there is a time limit, a position or a period of time that will pass before you will not even remember who you are or the places you come. Vagag, you will forget your students who you have come to seek out. Argento, your master's words and the words of those who have driven you forward into the path of a paladin will fade in time. And Demiro, the succulentest of foods, the most beautiful of melodies, and even the farthest expanses of the world that you have explored with your own two hooves will soon be nothing but memories of Barovia. And Esther, you are acutely aware of this.
I walk closer towards her and I pull out that card she gave me.
You do so. What was the card, if you wouldn't mind?
It was a seeming portrait of Strahd.
Yes, it was.
That, from what I could tell, I would be able to see him and he would be able to see me if I used it.
Indeed. You hold up the portrait, but this time, Strahd does not appear to be in it. It is still the same room. It is still the same mirror against the back of the portrait, but Strahd himself is gone.
She actually looks at him and she says, I wonder,
Out for lunch.
has he lost himself too?
She taps you gently on the cheek with an old and wrinkled hand, and she says only 2 words. Clever girl. She smiles, and a moment later, she is dragged beneath the water by vicious, long, twisted hands that seem to be covered in scales and weeds and reeds. And as it grabs onto her shoulder, she is almost instantly dragged out of sight. And that is where we are going to leave today's game. Thank you so much to everyone who came and joined us today. Thank you to Crow's Nest Games. Guys, always wonderful to see you. I do apologize. I know I haven't had time to do more than lurk on your channel, but I gotta say, guys, if you have not checked out Crow's Nest Games, please go check them out. Go subscribe to them, because what I have checked out, they are so much fun. Definitely go and check them out. And of course, I also saw sneaking into the chat. Where are you? Was David Samuel, there you are. Hello, hey, good day, mate. I hope you are doing well. So yeah, there we go. All right, so as for today, guys, as always, when we wrap up, we like to go around and give everyone a little bit of a breakdown of like how they felt about today, the highlights, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the light. And of course, guys, if you in the audience have any questions, do let us know in the chat so that we can ask the players themselves. Even if it's something like, hey, this is my first time here, tell me about your character. Any question, nothing is off the table. All right, let's start with Neil. Tell us, How did Vigard go? How are you feeling? Share with us your experience.
Today was very interesting. A lot of backstory for a bit of every character. Like there's a bit going on everywhere. I did have a little hiccups because my internet's a little off today, but it's all right. We got through it. Yeah, being able to find out that my student is possibly somewhere nearby, finding her bag, it's like, that's a big step for what is going on here. And these students being his number one students, pretty much, they might be able to help us in our quest to try and get everyone out of Barovia, or try to fix the fog, whatever's going on there. So that'll be neat.
We're going to find that he had tossed his students over the side of the boat too.
No! You jerk! I'm gonna go dive into the river. No, to get his dead body back. There's no way I'm letting you become undead. No, just kidding. Man, it was a good day. I liked it.
All right, Argento.
Yeah, look, I found it really good to find the other characters sort of coming to life a little bit more, especially like watching DeMiro fight today was really good. DeMiro's not really been known for the first 7 or so episodes to be much of a fighter. Like where I would run to a fight, I'll get into a fight and love it. But today, watching DeMiro, he actually carried the team on the lake. Really, I just couldn't seem to get anything.
Dinosaur.
It was really good to watch that, and and then of course Esther's always. To watch her interactions with the NPCs and stuff is always awesome. So, as a character, obviously, whether we're eavesdropping or whatnot, but right there at the very end, that was really a really cool sort of ending for the week or for the night. But very good the way Esther views things, because I just see Strahd, which is I still haven't really never met the guy because I don't remember meeting him before, but I just want to fight everybody and I just sort of want to make things right with everyone. So. It's been good. I think as my character is growing every week, to talk about Argento, having the play on earlier where we talked about what happened in Valaki was really good because it's out of his character, but he's starting to find that he's kind of losing his mind, and he's making note of that more than maybe he's smart enough to know, but he realizes something's not right, and he's getting a little bit more eager to put an end to it. He's not liking how this is sort of going in that way. So, yeah, we'll see how it all plays out. But I think Argento's getting ready to sort of have a go here at who this Strahd guy is, and let's have a showdown.
Argento just thinks that this is all a dream. He's going to be the one to be able to get out of the fog unscathed. He'll just walk out of the fog and be like, oh, I'm back. That was all just a dream.
Yeah, so he's kind of just not understanding. He's very intrigued by everything. Obviously, he everything is a hammer and a nail for him. He's a hammer to everything. So the fact that this is taking someone like Esther to show him that not every problem needs a hammer, right? Some things need finesse and other things, but Argento's sort of struggling through that here and trying to find his way with what's going on. So.
And you know what? I think there's definitely a part where he is definitely making good headway on that. And I love that. I love that there is this element of exploring how Barovia is expanding and how it's kind of affecting each of the characters too. So that's really cool. DeMiro?
Yeah, it's a good session. You managed
Excellent, thanks.
Right off the dance floor. Yeah. I guess just to the audience, I've been trying to pester him to put his schedule up on his Twitch channel as well.
Look, I'm working on it. Okay, I'm on so many different channels. Like my schedule changes every couple of months, and I'm just like, oh, it's just tiring. I'm tired.
This one has been going for a couple of months now.
Look, I can either prep games or I can do things like that. Also, hi Eric. Don't drive safely. Don't crash while you're listening to me. I don't want to have to explain that to your wife, please.
No, Eric, don't. No.
All right.
So it was. It's always risky fighting in water. It's kind of fortunate it was just a lake rather than we're out at sea or something like that, where you're stuck might have a chance of drowning ourselves. But it was made for an interesting fight with the constantly changing battlefield. You know, with the dirt getting tossed into the water, or blood in the water, or the thing just being able to move around so quickly. It was kind of hard to anticipate what to do next, so we had to think on our feet a bit, which is good. And the guys at the top struggling just to keep the boat afloat. Just endless intrigue hooks after that, pretty much. Do we go into this town? Do we take the girl back? The witch is going to come after us. What's this weird thing out in the middle of the forest? Yeah, so it's good fun. It's a lot of, and anticipating the big bad evil guy, not so much, because for us I think it's much more of an investigation into the area, the history, what's going on, finding out about everyone's issues, finding out about Strahd. For us so far, he's actually been polite and more intriguing than going, oh, we have to take this guy out, or things.
Yeah.
So,
If it comes to us, that'll be
going to play out, but certainly there's a lot more investigating to go before we sort of anticipate a fight, so to speak.
Yeah,
I feel
it's a good point. I think it's interesting, and I think another point to interject there was the way we approached that camp tonight was so different than what we would have done, say, episode 1 or 2. We didn't want to eat the food. We were very cautious. I think we all kind of suspected it was some sort of trap. So
I wasn't going to eat food without people who prepared it.
Yeah. It was different. I think, and what's funny and intriguing about it is for Argento being the way that he is, he still has never really met Strahd, so he has no memory of that. And everyone talks about Strahd and this guy and this character, and it's kind of just, he doesn't understand why. So his first reaction is, well, I need to fight this guy. That's kind of where he comes from. And I think you make a better point about the group in and of itself, is from our actions, he hasn't done anything to us. He hasn't even been present, really. He hasn't interjected in any way on us or forced us to do anything.
Give me time. I'm just winding up that right hook.
Yeah, we know it's coming. It's just, it's a good point, though. We don't really have any reason to think ill of Strahd, really. He hasn't done anything to any of us.
Yeah, we've had the greeting at the start where he plucked the moon out of the sky, and then later on in the mirror where he gave it, we had the wine. That was a bit of a weird reaction with him. And then other than that, it's been just here and there, people dropping hints or suggestions that things aren't quite right.
Yeah.
All right. And last but not least, Esther.
I thought that today was a lot of fun. Thank you for it.
You're very welcome. It's honestly my pleasure. And even if there wasn't money involved, I would love running games for you guys.
Oh.
All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone. We have gone a little bit over time, but that's perfectly fine. We are now going to go and raid our dear friend Charlolo, who is a German artist who does a lot of D&D stuff. Very cool individual. Very, very fun. Do go and follow her channel. She does a lot of really great artwork, and she's a pleasant individual who I've had the pleasure of role-playing with and alongside. She plays very interesting characters as well. Share all the love, and as always, guys, from me to you, till the next time we grace each other with each other's presence, game hard, or die trying. Good night, guys.
Good night. Or good morning. I don't know.
Oh, I've got a thing I need to put. I need to put this on. Oh, kablam!